Welcome to another episode of Spelling Bee Ninja. Today, we're diving into an important aspect of English grammar, the past continuous tense. This tense helps us describe actions that were happening at a specific point in the past. Mastering this tense will not only improve your writing but also make your conversations more engaging and vivid. So, let's get started on this journey to understand and master the past continuous tense. To begin with, let's explore what the past continuous tense is. This tense is mainly used to describe actions or events that were ongoing at a certain moment in the past. It allows us to paint a clearer picture, especially when we talk about actions happening at the same time or actions that interrupted others. To form the past continuous tense, we use the past tense of the verb to be, which is was or were, followed by a base verb with the ing suffix. For instance, you could say, I was reading a book, or they were playing football. In these examples, the actions were in progress at that time. Now, let's delve into the uses of the past continuous tense, starting with actions in progress. You use this tense when you want to say that an action was ongoing at a specific time in the past. Imagine you were watching TV last night at 8. You would say, at 8 p.m. last night, I was watching TV. Similarly, you could say, she was working on her project all afternoon yesterday. This form clearly indicates that the action took place over a period. Next, let's look at using the past continuous for simultaneous actions. Often, we talk about two actions happening at the same time in the past using the past continuous for both. Picture this: while you were studying, your brother was playing video games. So, you'd say, while I was studying, my brother was playing video games. It's a great way to show multiple actions occurring together. Which brings us to another key use, when one ongoing action is interrupted by another shorter action. The interruption is expressed in the past simple tense. For example, I was sleeping when the phone rang. Here, the action of sleeping was interrupted by the phone ringing. Another instance could be, they were walking in the park when it started to rain. The past continuous gives a strong sense of the ongoing nature of these actions. Now, the past continuous is also useful for setting the scene in stories. For instance, if you wanted to describe an atmosphere, you might say, the sun was setting, and birds were chirping as we arrived. This gives listeners vivid imagery of the moment. Similarly, you could describe a character's actions in a narrative, as in, he was sitting by the fireplace, reading a book, when the power went out. That smooth flow of background events makes the story more engaging. Moving on, there's also a polite or tentative aspect to the past continuous tense. Sometimes, we use it to make gentle inquiries or requests. For example, you might say, I was wondering if you could help me with this, or were you planning to attend the meeting? This usage adds a courteous tone to your conversation. To frame our understanding more clearly, let's talk about the time markers that frequently accompany the past continuous. These words help you understand or signify when an action took place. Commonly used markers include while, when, at for specific times, or all day, all night, all evening, or simply as. For example, she was cooking when I arrived, gives a clear sense of two overlapping actions. At 10 a.m., I was preparing for the presentation, indicates a specific time during which an action was happening. Let's not overlook some common mistakes students often make while using the past continuous tense. One of the frequent errors is using the past simple instead of the past continuous. For instance, saying, he cooked dinner when I arrived, is incorrect. The correct way is, he was cooking dinner when I arrived. This emphasizes the ongoing nature of the action rather than just stating it happened. Another common mistake is forgetting the auxiliary verb was or were. An incorrect sentence would be, I walking to the park. The correct form is, I was walking to the park. Always remember that was or were is essential for the past continuous tense. A third mistake is using was or were with the base verb instead of the ing form. An example of incorrect usage is, they were play football. The correct sentence should be, they were playing football. Here, the main verb must always be in the ing form. Understanding the differences between tenses can also enhance your grammar skills. For instance, consider the past continuous and the past simple. The past continuous tense emphasizes duration or the progression of an action, while the past simple focuses on whether the action happened without reference to its duration. For example, I was reading a book when the phone rang showcases an ongoing action interrupted by another. In contrast, I read a book yesterday simply states that an action occurred without any ongoing aspect addressed. Another comparison is between the past continuous and the present continuous. The present continuous describes actions happening now, like I am reading a book, whereas the past continuous refers to actions in progress at a specific moment in the past, as in I was reading a book. Lastly, let's briefly look at the differences between the past continuous and the past perfect continuous tenses. The latter emphasizes the duration of an action that was happening before another past action occurred. For example, you could say, I had been studying for 2 hours when he called, which shows an action completed before another one happened. In contrast, the past continuous shows an action occurring at the same time as another, like I was studying when he called. To practice using the past continuous tense effectively, let's look at a few examples. First, imagine the scenario where someone was in the middle of cooking dinner when they suddenly hear a doorbell ring. So you would say, she was cooking dinner when the doorbell rang. Next, picture children playing in the garden while their parents are engaged in conversation. You would express this as, the children were playing in the garden while their parents were talking. Lastly, think about studying late at night. You could say, at midnight, I was studying for my exam. This practice reinforces how to capture ongoing actions in various contexts. Mastering the past continuous tense is essential for clear, effective communication. It allows you to narrate stories, describe past events in detail, and engage in conversations that feel rich and meaningful. By understanding its structure, uses, and common time markers, you'll gain confidence in your application. Remember the common mistakes and work through practice examples to solidify your grasp of this crucial tense. With consistent practice, employing the past continuous tense will become effortless and enhance your storytelling skills. In summary, the past continuous tense gives us the ability to discuss ongoing actions and set the mood in storytelling. We learned that it is formed using was or were followed by a verb ending in ing. It is used to describe actions in progress at a specific time, simultaneous actions, interruptions, and creating vivid scenes in narratives. Remember the common mistakes and keep practicing forming sentences. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Thank you for joining us today on Spelling Bee Ninja. We hope this exploration of the past continuous tense has provided you with valuable insights to enhance your grammar skills. Keep practicing, and before you know it, using the past continuous will become second nature. Don't forget to tune in next time for more engaging lessons. Happy learning!